Hey guys, it's Luke, bringing you guys a quick video with my top 3 value plays for the Draftkings slate tonight on April 17th. So hopping right into it. My number 3 value play tonight is going to be Shabazz Lee, point guard for the Detroit Pistons, coming in at $3,200. A lot of this is dependent on Dennis Smith Jr., who is currently a game time decision for the Pistons. And if he's out, Lee is going to see a ton of time, a ton of usage. He's overall going to be one of the best value plays on the slate. Even if he's not out, the Pistons are matched up against the Wizards, which I absolutely love. The Wizards are a top 5 defense to target in fantasy. Bottom 5 efficiency, one of the higher paced teams in the NBA as well, which means there's a lot of possessions, a lot of good possessions as well because they're so bad at defense. So we've seen Lee go for more than 23 points 8 times this year, and a lot of that's when he's seen that added run. When one of the starters has been out, he's been thrust into a bigger role, and I expect that to happen tonight if he gets that role. So as of right now, before the Dennis Smith Jr. news, I have him projected for 24 minutes and 20 points. Again, that's more modest because I don't expect him to necessarily automatically be rolled out, but it's more likely that he will be. And again, that's before that news comes out. But if he is out, I would project him closer to 30 minutes and closer to 28 fantasy points. Either way, he's a great value play tonight, and that's why he comes in at number 3. My number 2 value play for tonight is going to be Daniel Theis. So he's a center for the Chicago Bulls now. And he's coming in at $4,000. And Theis is somebody that I've talked about in recent videos. He's been a great value play because the DraftKings algorithm for pricing hasn't really caught up to him yet. He's, again, been a great pick. He's put up a lot of good games this week, over 30 fantasy points 3 times. He's averaging 28 minutes in his games with the Bulls and has seen 27 to 29 minutes in 4 of his 5 games with the Bulls, which is great to see. That the minutes are pretty similar to what he was seeing over in Boston with the Celtics. And the only aberration to that, the only difference was last game. He only saw 20 minutes. It was a bit of a blowout. The Grizzlies played small, as they do a lot of times when Valanciunas is not on the court, which meant that Theis saw a few less minutes. And I expect him to see closer to 25, that 27 to 29 mark that he was seeing before tonight, which makes him a great value play at just $4,000. I have him right now projected for 25 minutes and 23 fantasy points, which is a very modest projection from my end, again, with a super high ceiling. We've seen him put up 40 plus fantasy points multiple times this year, and if he does that, that's putting up 10 times value. So I love him tonight. I love the potential, and I love the high floor as well. And my number 1 value play for tonight, he's going to be an absolute lock for me, and he's on the other side of that Pistons game, and that is going to be Daniel Gafford, center for the Wizards, coming in at $3,500. So again, same game as Shabazz Lee. I expect it to be a high-scoring game, so I like it just for that alone. But even more than that, he saw 26 minutes last game in a close overtime game. He closed the game. He played in overtime, which is great to see for his potential usage in the future. And he produced well as well. He's been producing at greater than a fantasy point per minute basis for the last month. His minutes have been creeping up over the last month at a very consistent basis. And seeing him close last night and playing overtime was just, the icing on the cake. He's somebody that the Wizards clearly want to, build around going forward, as more of a role piece. They have their superstars already, but I project him tonight for 24 minutes. I expect him to see even more of a consistent role in regular time and 28 fantasy points. He's just been producing at a very high level, and at that point, he's an absolute, bomb play tonight, putting up almost 8 times value, and for me, it's a lock. I love him tonight. It's a great matchup. His minutes have been going up. His usage has been rising. So those are my top 3 value plays for tonight, guys. Let me know in the comments who you guys are playing for value and who your favorite play spending up top will be. So with that being said, good luck, guys, and see you next time.